Welcome, everyone. If you are here because you are interested in possibly volunteering for HeartProfit. And I've got one little housekeeping thing I want to do real quick. Hold on just a second. Okay, perfect. So anyway, thank you for being here and thank you for your interest in being possibly a volunteer for Heart Profit. We've got a tremendous amount of opportunities and ways for people to get involved and to make a difference and to make an impact. So we are going to jump right in and not waste a lot of time here today. So first, we'll talk a little bit about what is Heart Profit. Heart Profit is what we call an accelerator accelerating business for good. We do believe that business, the way we've been doing business, is breaking down, and we need a new way of doing business. The old command and control, profit at all costs business models is just no longer working for us. And so, what Heart Profit, our vision for Heart Profit, we envision a world where business has evolved into a life-giving force, where workplaces are rooted in connection and collaboration, and leaders are equipped to cultivate thriving teams, and people and profits grow together. So that's just really a lofty way of saying that we want to make people matter again. We believe collectively that the old way of doing business is no longer sustainable. We believe that leadership must evolve from the command and control into the cultivate and collaborate business model. We believe that workplaces can be life-giving ecosystems where people are seen, supported, and empowered. And we believe businesses that prioritize human well-being build stronger cultures, better outcomes, lasting profits, and I will add better communities and societies, which we all need that right now. Talking about Heart Profit, what Heart Profit is a movement. So as we are going about accelerating business for good, we have two different ways that we actually attack this, if you will, if you want to call it attack, two different ways that we go about making this happen. So one is on the Evo lead side, and that is where we're educating businesses, we're educating business owners, we're educating leaders on what it means to have this this collaborate and cultivate atmosphere, and what do you need to build an environment where people thrive, and how do we turn our businesses into spaces where everyone thrives and that profit is made, because we do believe that profit is important for sustainability's sake when it comes to business. So the EvoLead side of the movement, that is all focused around businesses, business owners, business leaders, bringing them along this journey, and then also promoting them and 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 helping the world know about them. On the other side of the movement is the Million Who Care. Now, the Million Who Care is a community of people, everyday people, who may not be a leader, they may not own a business, but they really like what we're doing. They want to see it succeed. They want to be a part of the community. This is where they would sit. And so inside the Million Who Care is a group of people who care about business being a force for good. Inside that side of things, we do a lot of awareness, bringing awareness to people in the community. And help people understand what we're doing. So we're educating the public and we're educating leaders, and we're doing both because if you want to make a change and an impact in the world, you need both of those things. You need people to demand this, and you also need businesses to answer that demand. So we're creating the demand and the businesses that are following suit at the same time, and we're doing both of these things together. So those that just helps you understand a little bit of the structure of Heart Profit and the two different sides that we have. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the EvoLead program, and then we'll talk a little bit about the Million Who Care, and then we're going to talk specifically about what opportunities are available currently, and then we will hear from some board members as well. So first, talking about EvoLead, some of the things we do inside the EvoLead container is that we provide education. So we have a curriculum. It's an 8-week curriculum that we take leaders through, cohort style. We have a new one starting in February, and we provide education because education is one piece of the puzzle. Like, how do we even do this? I am a business owner. I've had 6 businesses over the last 20 years, and I learned command and control really well. I did not understand how to build a cultivating and collaborative workforce. And so education was one of the pieces of that. But we know that change is this kind of change. This is big. This is a big evolutionary shift. It takes time to adopt these new ways of doing things. So we offer a whole community, or what we like to call an ecosystem, where people can live. The leaders can come and they can be a part of this community and have support, get on-demand coaching. They can get peer-to-peer help. They get to meet other leaders and be in a room or in a room, online room, with other leaders that are on this same evolutionary journey. So that's some of the other things that we do with the EvoLead program. We also promote, and this is really important. We want those leaders that are going through this program that are committed to building environments where people thrive. We want the world to know about them. We know that there's a whole lot of boycotting going on right now, and a whole lot of people that are saying we don't want to give our money to greedy corporations. We want to make sure that we're, being responsible with our and using our voice and using our power through our dollars. And so we are building as we speak. This is one of the projects where there's opportunity for volunteerism, is we're building a directory that will house these businesses. So that's one of the ways that we do this, and we were going to have this on our website so people can search. They can find companies to work for, companies to buy from that are HeartProfit certified. So that is an exciting piece that we're working on as we speak. We also have a crowdfunding platform, which we'll talk about in a minute, because that lives in the 1 million who care. But on the EvoLead side of things, the crowdfunding capital gets deployed with businesses that are HeartProfit certified, that are HeartProfit recognized, new social impact entrepreneurs that are coming up that are looking for funding. We want to match the capital to the business owners and leaders and entrepreneurs that are doing good in the world today. So that is another piece that we are building out. So that is the EvoLead. That is the business side of things. That's where the business owners, leaders, people that are in business that want to come along this journey, this is where they live. On the other side of the movement is the million who care. Now, this is, like I said, the community of general population people. They may or may not be leaders. They may or may not own businesses, but they love what we're doing. They want to see this succeed and they want to be a part of this movement. This is where they live, in the million who care. And this is also where we raise our funds for the crowdfunding platform. So there's different ways that people can engage in the million who care. We have a membership program that's $5 a month where they can join for $5 a month. That $5 a month goes into the crowdfunding kitty. And people can also join at higher levels. So they can join at $25 a month or $50 a month or $100 a month or more. So that's where the crowdfunding comes from. And inside of the crowdfunding platform, we provide gifts. So inside of the crowdfunding, if you're at $50 a month or higher, you receive a gift from HeartProfit every single month. And part of the gifting that we do is with businesses and HeartProfit businesses, right? Businesses that are HeartProfit recognized or HeartProfit certified. We get those products out to people that are in our community. So that's another way we promote the HeartProfit companies. But each month, the members that are at $50 or higher, they get a gift with the story behind the company that tells about how they're being a HeartProfit company. So it's a great way to engage with the movement. It's a fun way to engage with the movement. And so that is what lives in the million who care. The other thing about the Million Who Care that's really fun and exciting is that the people who are in that community, who are paid subscribers in that community, get to vote on where that money goes. So what that might look like is maybe there's a manufacturing business that employs a lot of moms or parents, and they say, well, it would be really beneficial and it would help the thrivingness of our people if we had a daycare on site for their children. But that's going to cost, $250,000. They can write in to the Million Who Care community and write in for a grant. And the community then gets to vote on where that money goes. And so the community can vote to write a check for $250,000 to that manufacturing plant to allow them to go out and build their daycare for their people. So that's just an example of some of the things that we foresee in this program. And so this is the other side of the program. So now you know this is a very global viewpoint of the movement, and it helps you understand what we have going and where we're the things we're bringing to life. So now I'm going to move into the opportunities for volunteerism that we have within these two structures. So everything we're going to talk about from now on is somewhere it fits under one of these two umbrellas. It's either the business Evo Lead side or it's the Million Who Care. But first, let's talk about our goals. So 2026, I really see 2026 as being still a foundational year for us. Um, we know that there's a lot of changes going on out in the society right now. And so we're preparing for 2027 and beyond. So currently in 2026, one of our big goals is to get our directory up and running and out on our website. So that's going to take a team of people to do. The Million Who Care, we want to build out the crowdfund platform. So we're looking that there's going to be a team involved with that as well. So we'll need all kinds of different um, skill sets and expertise to help guide that team. 100 businesses certified. So that is what we're shooting for 2026 is to have 100 businesses leaders go through the program so that we can certify 100 leaders or businesses in 2026 or have 100 certified. And then we're really working on developing out a procedure of the Gift of the Month program. So that's a little bit of a focus of 2026. For 2027 and beyond, we really see once we have the Million Who Care crowdfund platform, the whole experience mapped out and ready to go, we believe that we will be able to get to the Million Who Care, a million people in 2027. So we really are looking for explosive growth in 2027. That's why 2026 is so important that we get a really solid team of people to build this foundation, because I do see 2027 being an explosive year for growth. So one of our goals of 2027 is to have a million in the Million Who Care program, have 500 businesses go through the certification process, host a conference with our own pitch competition. That is something that we want to do, is we want to have a pitch competition where we're attracting those social-minded entrepreneurs who want to do good in the world with their business. Also, we want to have a conference, an annual conference for HeartProfit. And then we want to be able to have grants given in the 2027 year. I'd like to now introduce you to some of our leadership that we have currently on the board. Um, Currently, we have two different sides of the board. We have the executive leadership team, and that is 7 members. And it includes our president, vice president, treasurer, and secretary. And then we have 3 chairs that oversee the 2 programs that we have. So we have so first we'll start with Jessica Sato, and you're going to hear from her because she is on the call. So at the end, we're going to have a little message from the president. We have Eric Rogers, who is our vice president. He has a lot of experience in the construction world. Rebecca Schoenbaum is our treasurer, so she handles all of the finances here. We do have an open spot on the executive leadership team, and that is for the secretary. So if anybody's interested in that, we can talk about that. Joyce Nichols. Oh, and then we talk about the two program chairs that oversee the two sides of the business. We have Patty Farmer, who is in charge of the program side of things, which is the business side of things. We're actually going to change that name to the leader ecosystem chair. So she's in charge of everything that has to do with the EvoLead program. And then Asher Barrett is our business revenue development chair, and he is overseeing all of the Million Who Care, including the gift of the month and all of the things that go along with that. And then the third chair is Joyce Nichols, who is in charge of all of our marketing communications globally for the whole organization, the movement itself. So she also handles our fundraising that we've been doing and that will do currently. So Joyce wears a lot of hats and she deals with a lot of the aspects of the business. So I'll tell you a little bit more about her in just a minute. But next, I want to continue talking about our board leaders. So these are the board leaders that are on the regular board. This is we have Rodriguez Underwood, who is our events lead. He is an influencer. You're going to hear from him today. Hopefully, he's on the call. He has some things to share and some asks for volunteers. We have Ashley Ephraim, who is our video guy. He's the one that oversees our video projects and our strategy for how we're developing the videos for the movement. We have Eric Gittens, who is our sales lead. He is a professional in all aspects of being an executive leader and professional, and he's here to help the movement however he can. But right now, he sits in the sales lead position. And then we have Jeffrey Lynn Campbell, she works with Joyce directly, and she handles all the ops from the Marcom strategy. So Joyce comes up with the strategy, and Jeffrey Lynn helps us execute on those. And then we have Faith Rivera, who is on the Evo Lead side of the program, and she's working with Patty to develop out the programs on that side of things. And we have Julianne Present, who is in charge of our newsletters, who to all the monthly newsletters that we do. She is the one that takes the lead on that. Oh, and real quick. So our board is set up. We have 20 spots available. And so we have 7 executive board positions, and then we have 13 board leader positions. So as you can see, we have 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 6. We have 6 board leader positions filled, which means we have 7 that are, oh, it says right there. And then we have 7 that are still available. So we're utilizing these to fill our volunteer leader positions. But we also have committee member positions too, but we'll talk about that in just a minute. But I just wanted to give you like a broad overview of this is how the board is set up. So next, we will talk about our chair people. One of the benefits of volunteering, especially for this organization, but a lot of organizations, is that you get to expand one, your network, but you also get to expand your knowledge and your experience and your expertise. This is so critical and so important to understand when you come and volunteer. What are some of I mean, it's one of the things when I think about when if I volunteer for something, what am I getting out of it? What is in it for me? And is it going to help expand who I am and expand my reach and expand my influence in the world? And so I think it's important that we understand this and that we talk about the leadership that we have here and what are some of the benefits that you can get from being on one of the teams that we have. So I will just talk about Joyce. She is an executive marketing person. She's an expert when it comes to marketing. She worked for 20 years for an ad agency and oversaw a lot of campaigns and a lot of marketing for large national and global brands. So she has a tremendous experience when it comes to that fundraising. She has a lot of experience with her fundraising. She helped fundraise for, again, global brands, national brands. She's really good with planning and strategy and what does it look like to execute on those things. She's really good. She's a team player. And so there's a lot of leadership skills that one can gain from working with Joyce. So those are some of the things that you can get from if you decide to be on the Marcom team. The the EvoLead program side of things, if you wanted to work in that regard, which is where the business leaders live, you'd be working with Patty. And Patty has exceptional media marketing and audience development skill set. She's built out seven, I think she said seven different communities. So she really knows how to leverage information and media and messaging in a way that brings people together around a community or a brand. So she's got a lot of brand positioning and authority building. She loves to do visibility, speaking, and thought leadership. So if that's something that you're expanding your life with, she would be a great one to volunteer for. And community building, we already talked about that. And then, of course, strategic partnerships and collaboration. She is actually a fractional CMO as well as the business that she's developed herself over the last 20 plus years. And then finally, we have Asher, Asher, who is on the over the Million Who Care and the resource development. He is a serial entrepreneur. He's had several businesses, grown and sold businesses. He's an investor, and he has ownership in, I think it's six or seven, eight. I don't remember exactly. A lot of businesses. So he's really strong with business planning, market position, brand development. He also has a marketing company. So he has a lot of that experience to add to website strategy, strategic partnership growth opportunities. So he has a lot of experience when it comes to business development, and multiple business ownership. So lots of stuff to glean from volunteering for the folks here. On the Marcom side, let me just check in real quick and see if Joyce is here. If she's here, I'm gonna let her talk. Nope, she's not here. So we're gonna go ahead and speak on her behalf. So Joyce is looking for, here's some of the opportunities that she has available. Actually, Jeffrey Lynn, I think, did I see Jeffrey Lynn on the call? No. Okay. So Jeffrey Lynn is in charge of all the Marcom ops. So people that volunteer on her team, she's looking for a strong social media lead person. She's looking for, well, let's just say she's looking for help with social media, graphic design. We are also looking for a website lead person. So somebody who understands websites, who can understand the strategy of here's where we're at, here's where we're going, what kind of website do we need? We want to redo our website this year. So we're really looking for somebody that can come in from a strategic level and help us execute on that. So we're looking for volunteers to actually do the work and the lead, but we really are really looking for a strong website lead right now. And then PR lead. So PR is visibility, podcasts, speaking engagements, magazine write-ups, press releases, things of that nature for the movement as a whole. So we're looking to put together a PR team to help with all of that. And so those are some of the areas that Marcom has available for people to help with and volunteer. Next, we are moving on to what we used to call the program chair, that is now the leadership ecosystem chair, and that is Patty Farmer. And some of the opportunities that she has currently is program logistics. So this is somebody that can help execute on the strategies that come from her team. We're looking for somebody to take the lead on the directory. We have somebody to build the directory, and so we're looking for somebody to really take the lead on the strategy for the directory and what's the experience of the people that are in the directory and what does that community look like. So we're looking for somebody to lead that part of the program. Podcasts, PR, again, this is PR specific to business owners and business leaders. So on Patty's PR team, she's looking for people to help us get more visibility for our business leadership programs and bringing leaders into the community. So if you love PR and you love business, this would be a great place to sit. If you want to know more about PR, this would be a good place to sit because you're going to get a whole lot of education just being around the phenomenal people that we have working in that department. And last, well, no, this isn't last but not least. This is our Biz Revenue Development Chair, Asher Barrett. And he is looking for two leaders right now. One to take on the Million Who Care to really help him with strategy. What is the experience of somebody that comes into the Million Who Care? What does it look like? What platforms are we using? What AI are we leveraging? What are we like all of the things for the foundation of the Million Who Care? So we're looking for a lead, strong lead person for that. And then we're also looking for people to volunteer on that team as well. So we're looking for leaders and committee members as well. And then the gift of the month lead. This is somebody that will actually help us help us find businesses that are product based, that want to be a part of the ecosystem, that want to promote their products through our community. And we can put them in the gift of the month or put them in the gift of the month program. So we're looking for somebody to head that up and to really spearhead and hold space for, you know, what are the criteria for our gift of the month? How do we implement the gift of the month? There's a lot of strategy that goes into that. What we've been doing up until now is me delivering the gifts personally, and it's gotten to the point where I can't continue doing that. So we're really looking for somebody, and we're not asking somebody to come deliver gifts. We are going to be shipping those out going forward, but somebody to come in and help with the strategy. It's more about strategy and putting together that gift of the month program. And now Rodriguez is here. So I believe he is. Nope. Oh, yeah, yes, he is. Okay. Rodriguez, why don't you come off of mute and then talk about the events that we do? Tell them a little bit about why we do the events and then what we're planning on doing for 2026 and then what we need volunteers for.
Okay, great. Yes, how you ladies doing today? I'm glad you are looking forward to volunteering and being a part of Heart Profit. With our events, the reason why we do the events is to basically be that boost the ground invitation to those who are looking to be a part of Heart Profit. A lot of people that have questions and are intrigued by what they see us do online have opportunity to come in and see us at our monthly networking events and be a part of some of our amazing and exciting activities that we engage in at these networking events and just giving them firsthand exhibit on what Heart Profit is about and what we stands for and what we stand for through uh, these group activities. And they also are able to learn from myself and mostly Stacy what Heart Profit stands for and what we believe in, and what we're about, and some of the things that we're trying to achieve as we continue to march forward. Some things that we're doing we had an amazing 2025 year. I had an amazing opportunity to lead us throughout the city as we went to multiple different locations and had different speakers and different food sponsors that came on board to help us bring these events to life. Uh, and very fun environment. That's what I can say. Very fun environment, being able to meet different people and getting allowing people that opportunity to have their questions and concerns answered. In 2025, we had a successful year. In 2026, we're just trying to ramp things up a little bit more, reach more people, and create more impact, and continue to just build out what we're building out with allowing people to just be a part of the community. I think been able to we've been able to switch a lot of things up with from the way we were doing them for years ago, and just really just trying to find our nest and how we want to do things where it's very inviting and a safe space for people to continue to just know what it feels like to be part of a heart-led community. And 2026, that's what we're really focusing on, and just really building out that community. And I know one thing, a new thing that we're working on is we used to have speakers every month, but now we're going to be doing more focused on honoring people that are in the community that are already doing heart-based work. So being able to seek these people out in the community that's already doing the work and inviting them in to celebrate them, honor them, and just being able to ask them some questions on their journey and how they got to where they are now. So I'm looking forward to that. Our first event of the year was somewhat canceled because of the weather here. It was kind of crazy. I don't know where you ladies are located, but here in Texas, things was kind of pushed back a little bit because the weather was kind of crazy. So we unfortunately missed our first networking event, which was yesterday, Tuesday. But we're looking forward to our event in February and welcoming everybody into our community and our networking events, and uh, looking forward to just honoring those people that's already in the community, and continue to have our food sponsors and continue to have our breakout icebreakers, and continue to just have fun. Like, our community events are really fun. They're really exciting. I know myself and Stacy and some of the other board members, we really look forward to those every month. I think in 2026, we want to, Stacy and I, we talked about this previously, but we do want to get back to the point where we can do these more than once a month. When she first started, I still don't know how she was doing it, but she's teaching me slowly how she was coordinating these 3, 4 times a month. So I'm excited about that, and just reaching other cities, reaching other states outside of Texas. And what else was it, Stacy? We're looking forward to doing our pitch competitions, and we have
So,
our
w- yeah, what kind of volunteers are you looking for?
what type of volunteers am I looking for? Just with the event committee, we really trying to do things more in such a strategic way. So we really want people that are team players, people that are strategic in the event planning field. We do a lot of things from uh, social media marketing, posting flyers. Uh, we do a lot of things from finding different. Like I said, we're looking for people in the community. A lot of PR work. Uh, um, People that are just really just strategic with planning, right? I do a lot of that myself, but I also very open to having other volunteers that are open to that as well. Stacy's daughter, Addison, she's come on board and has been a huge help in that department, because it's somewhat a lot to do, but at the same time, with strategic team, I know for a fact it's something that can flow like more fluent, and takes a lot of pressure off just one or two people doing it.
Hmm.
So I think for the most part, that's what we're looking for: people that are team players, people who are willing to step up and just be a part of the platform with, uh, helping us with our social media presence, promoting the events, really great with being a people person that's able to be at the events and support and welcome people in. And we do some recording at the event, so anybody that's helping us like really build the content, things of that nature. There's so many different moving parts to the events
Yeah.
committee, but it's so much fun. It's so exciting, and I look forward to continuing to grow this committee. So hopefully you ladies join the events committee. So thank you again.
Yes, thank you, Rodriguez. I will say that if you've never been in the room with Rodriguez, it's something you want to experience because it feels different when he's in the room. So some of the things from being on his team that you will gain is how to network. Like he's a master networker. He loves people. He's also a speaker, as you can tell. And he loves to speak. He loves to be inspirational to people. He is like larger than life presence
The
with
energy.
the heart of soul, like the heart of just like a teddy bear, but this like huge presence that he has. So it's magical. And so all the events we have, they're always fun, always a lot of fun. But getting to be a part of his team, we're looking for people to help. You know, we do have food sponsors at each event, and then help us with the social media, getting the word out about that. So yeah, thank you, Rodriguez, for being here and for your efforts with the Heart Profit movement. It really gives, you know, the events, the monthly events, they are local to DFW currently. We do see duplicating that in other cities as well. So we do look forward to growth and expansion there. So currently at the moment, we're looking for Dallas volunteers that want to be a part of the team. I guess social media doesn't have to be Dallas, but um, yeah, there's that.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. And now I'm going to talk about this is a position that I really, I have a hard time. I don't ever stop to celebrate. And that is something that I really want us to do as a movement. I want to record the amazing things we're doing. But so we created this position, and this position is going to work directly with the president of Heart Profit. So I would love for Jess now to come off a mute and tell us a little bit about this position and how you see this working.
Yeah, well, I am super excited to be here. And um, one of the things about being a heart-centered leader is really just acknowledging the work that people are doing and moving us away from just this constant hustle, grind, extraction kind of model into a place where we can really appreciate and value and honor the work that people are doing, that we can celebrate milestones in their lives, they celebrate milestones in the work that they're doing and the work that we're doing. And so this position is really going to be a super fun opportunity. Like Stacy, this is not my area of strength either, and so I really am looking for someone who is passionate about doing this kind of thing, who just loves honoring people. So this could look like, really you know, thinking about keeping track of all the different things that are happening from a milestone perspective and planning little celebrations. It doesn't have to be this big, huge thing. It could be something that's, runs the gamut from small to large. Um, Creating team building moments and activities. One of the things that we do in our board meetings is always start with an icebreaker. And the idea here is really just to help us continue to get to know each other, to continue to humanize one another. Um, Keep us connected, right? We are all busy professionals. We are all running a mile a minute, doing a million and one things for our own businesses within companies that we work with, work inside. And so sometimes it can feel like we're a little bit of a disparate group. And so having opportunities to come together and really being intentional about what that time looks like is awesome. And at the end of the day, it's really about culture of joy and fun. So if that speaks to you and you love doing that kind of thing, we would love to have you on board.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Jess. And that was very, very well said. I loved how
Thank
you
you.
put that. And Jess is phenomenal. She's a business owner in her own right, and she has been social impact business focused for years. She's way ahead of her time. I told her her time is coming. This in the next couple of years, she's not going to have time to volunteer because there are going to be so many businesses that are wanting to turn social impact. So, if you want to know anything, if you want to grow and learn more about social impact, it would be fun to be on Jess's team for that as well. Next, I want to talk about the different options for serving because we had talked about board leadership positions, but I also want to talk about committee positions. So people can come in and say, you know what, I only have an hour a week to give. And we definitely have a place for you. We have something that we can you can help with even as little as an hour a week or even an hour a month. Like we will find a place for you if this is resonating with you and you want to be a part of this. We want to find a space for you. If you have a little bit of more time or you're a leader and you want to lead, you want to be in a leadership position, or if you're an aspiring leader and you want to build your leadership skills, a board leadership position is a great position for you because it gives you the opportunity. One, you get to go through our program. Two, you have great mentors that will help develop you as a leader, and you get to actually do leadership, right? You get to actually practice leadership for the volunteerism. So aspiring leaders, you're already a leader and you want to just be in charge of something, you want to be strategic and have a bigger global picture, you want to be a part of the board team. That's the board leadership position. And that's what we talked about. There's 20 total positions, and I think we have 13 filled now. The committee is more of I want to serve, but I can only do 1 hour a month, 1 hour a week, whatever it is, for that. So the those are the differences between the two. I want to talk a little bit more in depth about the two differences so that you understand as you're thinking about where would I fit or where can I fit. The leaders, the board leaders are there to design the strategy for whatever it is they're in charge of. So if you have a board lead position, you're going to be in charge of something, whatever it is. It's going to be your area of what you're leading. Like Rodriguez is in charge of events, and that's what he is in charge of. We have a website, a website person that we're looking to fill for this leadership position. Um, PR would be great. There's different positions that we have that are board leadership positions, but part of what we're calling the board leaders to do is to lead a team. So it's not you doing all the doing. This is one thing a lot of people when they volunteer, there's few people that do most of the work, but it all falls on the board members. The way we've structured this organization, it's more like a business than it is a nonprofit board. Although we are a nonprofit, I don't think I've mentioned that in the beginning, but we have structured it in a way that each of the board leaders, then we recruit volunteers to support them in the execution. So if you come on the board leadership position, you may not be involved in the execution of it, but you will definitely be leading a team in the execution of it. So if that's something that excites you, then the board leadership would be great for you. Heavy on leadership. So clear communication, holding the vision for the strategy of what you see, supporting the team members, providing resources to the team, holding meetings on a regular basis. This is going to be the board leaders' spot. That's what they're going to be doing. Typically, on the board leadership, you have a more broad focus, and we expect our board leaders to be ambassadors for HeartProfit to talk about it in all of their circles. And we have a board meeting once a month. So this is for an hour and 15 minutes on the fourth Thursday of every month. You are expected to be at the board meeting. So that is one time commitment that we do hold. If you're on the executive board, so if you're interested in that secretary position, that's going to be start at 12. So it's a 2 hour window once a month on the fourth Thursday. And then we expect our board members to promote with our social media. If we share something and you see it, share it, like it, comment, help us get more eyeballs to see it. So those are the expectations of the board leadership position. The committee position is a little bit more fluid, a little bit more flexible. So that is where you say, okay, this is what I'm interested in being a part of, and I have this many hours to give. And then we assign you to a board leader, and that's your person, and you're working on a team. So you're working with the team to help. You will help with the strategy as well as how do we accomplish those strategies. A committee member will be in charge of executing a specific task. They'll be accountable to the team to ensure that those things are getting done. There'll be a specific focus for committee members as opposed to the more broad board member position. And then help promote. Obviously, we want our committee volunteers to help promote as well. One of the things that I've done a lot of volunteerism in my years and my life, and some of the benefits that I've found from volunteering is one is networking. Like you get to know people when you lock arms and you join an organization and become a volunteer, you get to know people on a much deeper level than maybe you otherwise would during normal networking stuff. But you really it's like building a family, and that's really what we want to build. We want to build this, like, we care about each other, we love each other, and we've got your back. And that's the community that we have here at Heart Profit. The other thing that I always say is many hands make light work. And so having many volunteers with organized efforts, we can really go a long way, and we're not burning out the people that are doers, right? Because you have the doers and then the not doers, but many hands, that is our philosophy. So we are definitely recruiting on a regular basis to bring in extra people, but we won't burn you out. That is one thing that we refuse to do. Jess and I are very passionate about this, is that we're not looking to bring people on that do all the doing and get burned out. Like we're not going to let that happen. We've both been there. We've all been there. We don't want to do that. So if you do join the board, we are cognizant of those things, and we are careful with not burdening and overburdening people on things to do. So before we go to this, I do want to stop for just a minute, and I know we haven't heard from the team on why you joined Heart Profit and what you've gotten from being a part of Heart Profit so far. I think it's really important that people hear that and understand that. So I would love for you to share a little bit about that. Jess, do you want to go first, and then we'll go to Rebecca?
Yeah, well, I'm a new add to this organization, but the reason I chose it is very similar to what Stacey said. You know, I'm very, very passionate about social impact. I really do believe fundamentally that we're at a critical precipice where we need to fundamentally change the way we do business and how we grow leaders and what they are being taught, how they're being rewarded and incentivized. And there's just so much work to be done here. And so when I heard about Heart Profit, I knew immediately. I mean, it was almost instantaneous. Like I had to figure out a way to be a part of this. So that's, this is my way of being in service, but also helping move the movement forward. As Stacey said, many hands make light work. And that is true, not just from a volunteer perspective, but also from a movement perspective. We need leaders who are passionate, who believe in doing business for good, being a leader for good. We need many, many of those people in order to really turn the tide. So I'm excited to be here and be doing this for alongside everyone else.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, and thank you for being a part of it. Yeah, it's a special person, and they're super aligned when when they go from just meeting you to, yes, I'll be president of your organization, like in like a short amount of time. You knew she was very aligned, and we appreciate you taking the leadership role this year for us. Rebecca, let's hear from you.
Get me off a mute there. Hi, I'm Rebecca. I am the treasurer of Heart Profit. I am fairly new. I feel like I've been in since no doing it since November. So I'm loving it, and I'm still getting to know everybody. But one of the reasons why I joined, um, my personal mission just deeply aligns with Heart Profit's mission to um, just have a more heart centered leadership and really spend um, sorry, I've got all these thoughts going through my head. Basically, I have spent years and years in the corporate environment. I've also been an entrepreneur. I've been in oil and gas. I've also been in nonprofit through my career in accounting and finance. And Heart Profit's mission to reshape the workplace culture and, level up leadership to a more compassionate place is just something that I've always, felt and wanted to do in my life, but was busy building a business and working and doing the stuff. And right now I'm right in the thick of building my own business. And so, being able to um, not only learn more leadership skills and the right leadership skills is really important to me. And then, you know, mentoring others who are wanting to build that kind of leadership in their own businesses. Yeah, so I'm excited to be here and I'm loving it. It's an amazing place to be.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing that. And Rodriguez, do you want to talk a little bit about your passion for Heart Profit and why you're a part of this? We've got just a few minutes left.
She got to tell me how many minutes we got left because she know how I'm trying to go. But look, I absolutely love Heart Profit. Just like Jess, when I first met Stacy and I met Heart Profit, I think we was in a packed room and it just resonated with me so well. I come from a background of doing youth and men empowerment events, creating spaces where people can just feel seen, feel heard, and get the whole resonation of being healed. So when I came across Heart Profit, it just aligned so well with my mission and what I want to achieve with my personal goals, right? And then to see that it resonates so well from the business space, the workspace, and it just trickles down to people the way they do their home life and everything, right? And the way it just impacting people across the board, it was a no brainer for me. And to be able to be on the board in the capacity that I already operate in, it just made sense. And to be around so many people that have such empathy for one another and for other people, I love it, right? There has been times where I've had those jobs, in the works in the field, and the management team was they didn't have that component, right? And they was just so easily willing to replace you, right? So I'm just hearing the mission of Heart Profit and what we're trying to, and what we're not trying, but what we are establishing. I'm so grateful and so honored to be a part of this evolution and leading this charge with Stacy and just seeing the lives of people that it has touched already. I just I mean, I'm so on fire and excited for 2026 and furthermore, right? I feel like we're in a sense we're still just getting started. So yeah, I'm excited to be a part of Heart Profit. I look forward to the years to come and to continue to touch more people's lives, like the people that we've already touched, even the board members, to hear their stories and to hear some of the things that they've done in their individual businesses and personal lives, and for all of us to come together as a team and to see the impact that we've made together, man, it's a powerful thing to be a part of. So yeah, if you guys have it in your heart to be a part of this or heart of capacity, I highly recommend just finding your space. Finding your space, continue to do what you're led to do from the heart, and your tribe will find you. Just like Heart Prophet found me, and I was just so elated that God allowed me to live to this part of my career to be a part of a board that operates so selflessly and has a heart as a group to just pour into the community and want to see this world a better place. So thank you guys again.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you. And thank all of you for being here today and giving up of your time to be here. These kind of meetings are not required. These are volunteer for our volunteers. And so it's really nice to have actual members that you can hear from on here. If you want to hear from all of our board members, you can go to our YouTube channel and there's a Voices of Heart Profit video that has little snippets from everybody on the board. So you can actually get to know the board that you would be serving with if you want to. So for now, what I want to do is thank you. First of all, thank you. If you made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching this and for being a part of this. And I want to invite you to take the next step. So the next step, if you heard what you heard and you are like, yes, I definitely want to be a part of this, here is your next step. So there's a video or there's a not a video, an application process. So the application process goes like this. You go to this Google form, you fill out the form. The form will ask you questions like how many hours do you have to serve? Are you interested in a board position or a committee position? What areas do you want to be a part of? And so you can check as many as you want, as few as you want, whatever, however, we want to know you because we want to build a meaningful volunteer experience, which means it's impactful for us and it's impactful for you. So we will cater and create a volunteer position that's perfect for you. So who are you? What do you like doing? What do you want to develop more of? And we will put you in the right place with the right people. After your application is submitted, you will get a link to schedule an interview, and you'll interview with myself and then one of the other board leads, the chair positions. And then after that, we say, okay, here's what we're thinking for you. We'll offer you, like, are you interested in this type of work? And here's what we would like to offer you. And then you can accept it or we can adjust it. That's one of the things we do is we can adjust the position and make it work for your schedule. We can make it work for who you are as a person, and we can be very flexible with that. Once you come on board, then we do ask that you're accountable for the things that you said. We do understand seasons of life change. And so if any of those things change, like you don't have the time or something comes up at home and you're not able to do something, communication is all is what it's about, letting us know where you're at, what you need help with, and we're all about helping each other. It's just one big, powerful team. The people that are coming to serve this mission are powerful in their own rights, each and every one of them. And you put us all together, and you don't have to be local. You can be wherever. Jess and Rebecca are both in Denver, I believe. So you can be wherever. This is everything we do is virtual, except for we do have one in-person event on April 30th. But other than that, it's all virtual. So we would love to talk to you. We would love to hear from you. So please complete the application. That would be the next step. And then you will hear from one of us to schedule your interview and get you on board. So thank you all for being here. Thank you, Jess, Rebecca, and Rodriguez for sharing your hearts and why you're a part of this movement. And we would love to welcome the rest of you. Bye for now.